Hello again, everyone. Scoons Comics here with another exciting, oh so thrilling comic book haul. Yes, people. I'm going to try to be a little more upbeat, but I'm hurting. I just watched my beloved Chicago Bears lose to those evil, miserable Green Bay Packers. For those of you who are not sports ball fans, that is the football. That is depressing. And I'm turning to comic books to lighten my mood. So, first off, I got a random stack of goodies here, as I often have a random stack of goodies. My man Chris over at Read Comics 81, love his channel, great guy. He sent me a stack of DC Universe logo books. I love these books, and such a nice thing for him to do. Thank you so much, Chris. Appreciate it. So, he sent me Justice League America number 91. DC Universe logo. I love that little logo. So cool. And Justice League International number 67. Steel number 7. I like these ones that are a little bit different. This one's obviously this orange color, right? So that's pretty cool. I love these books. So nice of him to send these my way. And I was really excited to get this one. Adventures of Superman 516. So I had this book from Half Price Books, and in taking this, there was one of these that was in the clearance section. So the sticker was right on the book. Ugh. And I had a bunch like that, and I took all the stickers off successfully except for this one. I got a little impatient using a hairdryer to take the glue off and everything. So I had some glue to roll off of there, and I ripped the whole corner off this book. Done. So really excited that he sent this to me. Yay. And then Superman number 93. Great Dan Jurgens art. I love Superman in this time period. Very cool book. Thank you, Chris. Much appreciated. Then I went back to my local Half Price, and they've been letting me down lately. They've been getting a lot of books in, but not a lot that I want. But I got a little stack the other day that I was pretty excited about. Fool Killer number 1, just a book I hadn't seen before. And anytime I find Marvel from this period with this glorious old Marvel logo, if it's a book I haven't seen, I tend to pick it up if it's cheap. So this is like $1.50, so yeah. And then I picked up the second print not too long ago, so to find the first issue for $1.50 was pretty cool. Deathstroke the Terminator, issue 1. That's exciting. And then look at this, for $1.50. I'll go this one first. Anytime you can find these Crisis books cheap. Crisis on Infinite Earths number 3. Really high grade. Very fine. For $1.50. Yes. And then the first issue. Crisis. $1.50. I will pick those up anytime. And then I think I needed these two. I'm not positive, but I enjoy the time in the late 90s when Marvel and DC were doing a lot of crossovers. They did this miniseries called All Access that I enjoyed. And for some reason, I did not have the whole thing. So here's issue 3 of All Access featuring Doctor Strange and Batman. That's awesome. Just the animosity between the companies anymore. I just don't know if we'll ever see another crossover like this. So very cool book to find. And then issue 4. So there's one character that came out of all this called Access. It's this Joker in the back here. And he, I believe, is a copyrighted character for both companies. So that's just kind of an oddball thing that you'll really never see. He's never going to see life again, I can't imagine. But just a cool little factoid in comic history, right? Then I found, actually this was the first book I found there, and I thought I was in for a really great day. But I just found some oddball stuff. I love Jack Kirby. Everyone should love Jack Kirby. And to find a book of Kirby's from the 80s that I'm not aware of, really big thrill. I know nothing about this, and I need to do some research. 3D comic from 3D Cosmic Publications, Battle for a Three-Dimensional World. I saw this and it was like, well, this is clearly Jack Kirby artwork. Look at this. So unfortunately, there was no 3D glasses with this, but I'll get to that here in a second. There's a little follow-up to that. So that was a cool book to find for $1.50. Anytime you can get Jack Kirby for $1.50, you do it. So I took a trip this last weekend. I saw a bunch of my old college buddies in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. And my buddy said he had an antique mall, really nice antique mall right on the way that we could stop at. And of course, yes, I always go for an antique mall. And they had a dealer there that had a bunch of comics for $2, and I found some fun DC Universe books there, ones that I don't even have. They had Flash number 90, DC Universe variant. I love these books. Hunting for these books has really become a lot of fun because they're hard to find for me. So when I get to dig these things out, they're usually dirt cheap, and it's just a lot of fun. Justice League of America number 89. I wonder if at some point I'll get these logos and I'll just be like, I'm tired of collecting these. I don't see that happening, but it just makes me laugh. Justice League America number 88. And then Aquaman Tide in Time miniseries, first issue, DCU variant. And then this was the first one I found. I'm going to take it out of the bag here because I had to do that to check it. One I've been looking for a while. This is Superman Doomsday miniseries, issue 2. And the logo, this is the front, right? And then the logo is on the back here. So this is the first book I found. I pulled this one up. I opened it out of the bag, hoping no one would get mad at me, and saw the glorious logo and said, yes, this trip is already worth it. Hooray. And I also found the only non-DCU book that I bought that day, just because I heard some spec that this book was going to be that they're turning this into another show or movie or some nonsense. And more importantly, William Shatner just went into space. So to find Tech War number 1 for $2, I said, yes, I will pick this up. Thank you. And then last but not least, to get some things that were not dirt cheap, I bought a few things off eBay lately. So getting back to the Jack Kirby 3D goodies, a couple Sundays ago, had been watching a few things, and just lazy Sunday morning, and I'm checking on some things, and I saw this one book was about to, the bidding was about to end, and no one had bid. It was dirt cheap, so I throw a bid in, thinking maybe somebody else would jump, but no. From Harvey Comics, I believe this is 1954, maybe 57, somewhere in there. Captain 3D from Jack Kirby. Got this for like $8, right? And this has the 3D glasses. Not that I plan on taking them off the book, but I'm like, oh, I could always use these. Look at the other Jack Kirby 3D comic. So what are the odds that I would find randomly in the last month 2 random 3D comics from Jack Kirby? Very cool. But, you know, again, Kirby goodness. Anytime you can find it, pick it up, obviously. And then, all right, so right along with the DC Universe logo books, one of my favorite logos is this little window of time. I couldn't even tell you the years. I haven't researched it. I have before, but I don't remember off the top of my head. This Marvel comic logo I'm going to show you. This is from the 50s. This is from, well, I don't even know. I'd have to look. But I'm not going to take it out of here because it's really brittle, but I got this for $10, including shipping. From Marvel Comics, this is Man Comics number 2. A title I'd never heard of, but I saw it had this old school Marvel logo. I love that logo. It just looks really cool to me. From a time when Marvel was not really anything. I just think that's cool. And to have a book called Man Comics, that cracks me up. This comic needs a lot of help. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos now about cleaning comics and pressing and doing conservation things. So I got this, and not that I'm going to jump in that well quite yet, but I was like, maybe someday I'll try to clean this thing up and try to restore it a little bit, conserve it, but cool book to find for $10. And then last but not least, I have very little Golden Age comics in my collection. Very, very few. But I get the urge every so often to hunt for something on the cheap. And this was a book that I wanted. I don't have any of this title, any of this publisher. And, you know, I'm always watching stuff. Always watching. Always watching, hoping that someone will throw me a low. They'll like, we'll let you have this for X amount of dollars. You know, sometimes that works. This book, I offered them less than half of what they were asking for it, thinking that they would at least counter offer and maybe I'd go back and forth. And they just accepted it, just straight up accepted it. So for the shipping, what was it, 40? Just about 40? Might have been a little less. Captain Midnight, number 14 from 1943. Look how beautiful this book is. This book is in great shape. Paul's name is written on it. And it has a store stamp that you can kind of see there, right? And that is Scott Street number 15 from Marshall, Missouri. That's awesome. I like that a lot. Here, I'll see if I can get it on there again. I like a store stamp. That means it gives it more history to me. It means golden age. This is 1943, right? This book survived. I enjoy books that are not even keys because how did this survive? Who saved this from 1943? This isn't the first appearance of anybody. There's nothing significant about this except it's from 1943, and it's Captain Midnight. That's awesome. It survived, it's fully intact, it's off-white pages. The centerfold's loose. The centerfold's here, but it came popped out of the staples. Staples are in good shape. It's a great book. I love flipping through this. There's wonderful pieces on, there's a quick little ad for buying war bonds and Hitler telling the kids not to buy war bonds. It's great. I'm on the lookout for more Captain Midnight. It's a cool character, cool book. Very excited to have this. Very happy to add some gold to my collection. And that's what I have this time, boys and girls. You all take care, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Take care.